In Valoria, there is a house that appears on no map. By day, the end of the road leading to the cliffs is nothing more than an empty field overlooking the sea. But after sunset, the people of Valoria say, the house appears. They call it the evening house. The last bus arrived in Valoria, as the sun sank low over the sea. Only one passenger stepped off. Eirlys Vale, 19 years old. She carried a small suitcase, a letter, and a brass key. Valoria was a small coastal town nestled between towering cliffs and the sea. Ancient stone houses stood quietly beneath the fading evening light. In the distance, an old clock tower watched silently over the town. Eirlys asked for directions to Cliff Road, but all she received were silent shakes of the head. It seemed everyone in Valoria knew what she was looking for, yet no one was willing to speak of it. The Lantern Cafe was the last place still lit along the harbor. Eirlys hoped that in a small town like Valoria, someone would finally answer her questions.
Your tea. Thank you. I wanted to ask about a house on Cliff Road. There is no house there. You didn't even ask which house I meant.
But the moment she mentioned Cliff Road, the atmosphere inside the cafe changed.
She's right. Cliff Road only leads to the cliffs.
Then why does everyone know which place I mean?
Eirlys left the cafe. The young man by the window followed her to the harbor. His name was Lucas Reed, a local journalist.
Don't show anyone the symbol on that envelope.
You know what it is?
It appeared in some of the town's old records.
What kind of records?
Missing persons files.
My mother used to draw that symbol.
What was her name?
Elena Vale. You know her.
I know her name.
From where?
From the records about the evening house.
Lucas took Eirlys to the old library of Valoria.
This is it, Valoria Library.
It's even more beautiful than I imagined.
The archive room was hidden beneath the building, behind rows of dust-covered bookshelves. He pulled out a collection of old newspapers and spread them across the table. The first article was published in 1954. Two children claimed they had seen a woman standing behind the window of the house on the cliffs, but when the police arrived the next morning, there was nothing there but an empty field. The second article was published 11 years ago. A local journalist had photographed a woman standing beneath the old oak tree at the end of Cliff Road. Eirlys picked up the photograph. The woman had her back turned to the camera, but Eirlys recognized the coat. It belonged to her mother. On the back of the photograph was a date, October 14th, the very day Elena Vale disappeared.
Who took this photograph?
My father. Two days after he took that photograph, he left too. If the lights are still on when the sun rises, someone will never come back.
Do you really believe the house exists?
I believe my father saw something.
Then take me to the place where he took this photograph.
The sun is almost down.
By the time they left the library, the sun was already nearing the horizon. Lucas led Eirlys toward Cliff Road. The road was narrow, with almost no houses nearby. On either side were only low stone walls. Wild grass. At the end of the road, an ancient oak tree stood alone in the field.
This is the place in the photograph.
Before them, there was only an empty field overlooking the sea. No walls, no foundation. Not a single trace that a house had ever stood there. Eirlys walked toward the oak tree. Beneath the grass, she discovered an old metal object. It was a weathered house number plate. Only one number could still be read, 17. When she turned it over, Eirlys froze. The symbol engraved on the back was identical to the symbol on the brass key.
What did the letter say about the key?
It said I must not let anyone know.
Then why did you show it to me?
Because you showed me my mother's photograph.
At that moment, the first bell rang from the town.
We should go back.
With each bell that followed, the world around them became increasingly strange. The air grew colder. A flock of seabirds suddenly changed direction and soared into the sky. The camera hanging around Lucas's neck suddenly focused by itself. Even though no one touched it, mist slowly spread across the field. Then, everything fell silent.
There's no house after all.
After the final church bell, the wind suddenly stopped. The mist grew thicker, slowly spreading across the entire field, and then, right before their eyes, an old house slowly emerged from the mist. There was no explosion, no blinding flash of light. It simply appeared, as though it had always been standing there. Warm golden light glowed through the windows. Thin smoke drifted gently from the chimney.
Impossible.
Both Eirlys and Lucas stood frozen in stunned silence. The brass key in Eirlys's hand began to tremble gently. On the blue front door, a brass keyhole waited. It was a perfect match for the key she was holding. Then, the curtain at the upstairs window gently stirred and slowly parted. Behind the glass, a woman stood perfectly still. Eirlys stopped breathing. She recognized the face instantly. It was her mother, Eirlys Vale.
Don't come in.
A moment later, the blue front door slowly opened by itself. Beyond the doorway, the house was waiting. Neither Eirlys nor Lucas moved. They simply stood there, staring at the impossible.